Hello and welcome back to another episode of Robinson Raceway, and today I want to talk about my small but growing collection of Scalextric cars.
Racing fire, hear the thunder roll.
So first off, we have to cover the fact that, well, I bought the Start GP set, so I'm going to grab these two first. We have the red car and the blue car have a race. These are fantastic. The magnets on the back of them are excellent. They grip the track very nicely, and generally I can't fault them. They look pretty good. Yeah, all the detail is stickers, but that just means that you can have them whichever way around you want. They look decent, they work really well, and yeah, I really like them. Can't fault these. As starter track cars, pretty good. Speaking of starter cars though, we've got Scalextric Start. Now, you all know the Green Menace that I detailed myself in a previous video with painting and then decals over the top. This is a good car. Again, good solid magnets on the bottom, really helps to stick onto the track. Decent runner, really like it. The only thing is I would add some lights in the back. Maybe if I could cut some lights in the front, but that would be a big job, so don't know if I'd do that. But extra lights would be nice. And similarly, since I had a lot of fun with that one, I bought another one. This is a standard rally style car, Scalextric Start, and yeah, another one with decent magnets on the bottom. Really good cars, good starter set things, and the advantage of this is that although it looks brilliant now that I've decaled it up, I could again paint it and decorate it if I wanted to, and I wouldn't feel bad about damages a really expensive item because they're fairly cheap. The other thing that I want to do with it, of course, I can take the top off of this fairly easily. It's just a couple of screws and then the back clips in, which means that if I want a camera car, this is a really good choice. A couple of screws, place a cube camera like a GoPro or something like that onto here, run it around the track, you've now got a camera car, like a chase car or a front car with the thing looking backwards, whatever you fancy. You can probably do it quite well with one of these. Really good choice, so I like them. Now you might see I've also got a few others, so let me tell you the story about what got me back into Scalextric. As some of you will know if you've watched previous episodes on this channel, I started out with Scalextric as a child. My dad had a set from the 60s, and I will talk at length about the types of cars that we had back then, because that was a good set of cars, but I'll put that into a different video. For the moment though, I'm going to say back then we had a good run and I loved it, but when I grew up a bit I went into computers and art and things like that. I'm an artist and it's just one of those things. I went into that quite big, but then something came up that got me interested again, and it's this one at the back. This is the 1989 Michael Keaton Batmobile, and it's amazing. We're going to get it out of this box. All of these have been out of the box. I don't collect them just to sit on the shelf. Every single one has been run and enjoyed. This is the car that got me back into Scalextric. There is nothing that I can fault with this. It is absolutely incredible. Looks perfect. Runs around the track very nicely. It is a long car and it will spin out on the corners, so you've got to be careful. This takes a lot of getting used to its handling, but once you do, it's an incredible experience to actually drive the Batmobile, you know? It's got a fair amount of weight to it. I wouldn't be surprised if it's got all kinds of weird extra options. Does it have sound? I've got the sound icon on here. Does it have the sound icon? No, it does not have sound. That's a shame. I thought I'd seen the icon, but no, that's spark plug that it's got. So it's got lights and it runs incredibly. I'm waiting to upgrade. It has the standard square upgrade slot for digital. When I get an Arc Pro set, I will be upgrading them all. But for now, I'm just playing with it on analog, and I really like this one. It's got a nice bit of weight, it sticks relatively well to the track. The magnets aren't the greatest compared to some of the Start ones, but if you wanted to, you could easily upgrade that. This is a fantastic car. I really love it. The Batmobile got me into Scalextric again. It brought the love back, but the one that solidified me actually being a Scalextric fan and considering making a channel about my hobby was the Back to the Future Part 2 Flying DeLorean. Now this is an interesting one because, weirdly enough, I bought this from my friend Andy from Sawyer Models. This takes a little bit of getting out. Weirdly, the Batmobile doesn't take a lot of getting out of the case, but this one does. Now, I got this from my friend Andy at Key Model World Live last year. And at Key Model World Live was a rally Scalextric track. It was custom built and it only had one track with one car going around it, and it was clearly not original Scalextric track. This guy had rotor cut a track and filled it with essentially this stuff, the weaved metal, so that it would run and conduct electricity and run Scalextric. So while we were there, we said to him, could you just see, will this go around your track? So this has been on a custom track at an event, this particular car. It didn't go round very well. The reason for that isn't because it's a bad car. It's not. It's a great car. It has the same issue of kicking out at the back as the Batmobile does, which was not a problem for the rally thing because it was designed for that. The issue is this way the tyres stick out the sides. It's that little bit wider than the track was designed for. It's a little bit wider than the rally car this guy had been designing his track and running. So it got caught on just about every single thing that was sticking out of it. But it got round the course and I was really, really impressed. So this was the first car in my set that I've ever run, even though it's the second one I bought, and I love it. It looks great, it runs well, lights look fantastic in it. This is an incredible model and it solidified my resurging love of Scalextrics. So absolutely adore that. Now that's happened, I then picked up the Captain Scarlet Spectrum patrol car, the SPC, the red one. And I didn't buy this for myself. I bought this as a present for my dad. I gave it to him at Christmas. It wasn't his Christmas present, he had something else for Christmas, but I gave it to him at Christmas and said, let's see how it runs. It's even bigger than the Batmobile. It's wider. It's shorter, but it's wider and taller. That fin that's on the top is incredible for picking up any particular short areas that you might have let slip in on your track if you're going for a crossover, like a bridge or a tunnel or anything like that. It's one of the best things for making sure that things can get through. We ran that non-stop for about an hour, just having a lot of fun with it. It's an incredible machine. I don't have it now because, as I said, I got it from my dad. But part of me thinks if I get the chance and it's at the right price, I might pick one up for myself because it was an incredible machine. So that's not what I ended up with as my third car. This was the Volvo 850. Now, if you've ever seen Jenny Kirk's channel, you'll know that she has something called the Volvlog on her Jenny Kirk Model Railways channel. The Volvlog is an interesting thing. She chronicles her Volvo 850, one of the last ones that is still running. Not a joke. The Volvo 850 is very old now. It's about 30 years since it was designed. And as a result, there are only a few hundred left on the roads. We took it to a world record event, the most Volvos running at the same time on a course. I think it was an old airfield. So we're part of the world record. We actually co-hold a world record with the Volvo. It was an incredible experience. And because we did it in the 850, and there was a racing 850, when this was released, I had to have it. It's a great one. However, again, it has an issue with control. I wasn't very experienced. Jen certainly wasn't, and as a result, within the first half hour of us running it, it lost one of its wing mirrors. We have no idea where it is. Can't find it anywhere. The carpet gods in my dad's Scalextric layout, they have eaten it. So yeah, I've got to get another. You know, the usual thing. I'm pretty sure Scalextric sell the parts as extras. You can just super glue it back on, but yeah, one of those situations. Great model though. I love running this. Very reliable, really good runner, incredible experience to race this against the Batmobile, I'll tell you that. It's just, when you see them together, it's the funniest thing, but I love it. And then I started to get a little more into it. We started the channel, we got the starter set, we got the layouts, designing process going, we had lots of fun running things. My friends came around and we started racing. We're planning to put together our own little tournament. I'm going to get the tackiest, gaudiest, ridiculous thing I can find in a cheap charity shop. And we're going to compete for the Clown Cup or something like that. It's just ridiculous. Whoever gets this thing has to keep it in good shape until they then somehow lose the title. That's the idea. So we're going to have fun with that. My cat is chasing imaginary things. Hello there. What do you think about all the racing cars? You don't care, do you? You don't care, do you? No. You're going to go and sit by the fire instead. Alright. We're going to have fun with that, and it's going to be a great experience. But because we're all now involved, well, we've got some nice selection of cars, but we could always have some more. So what would you race? Well, I like older cars. Some new ones are alright, they look quite nice, but I'm just not a fan of the design of modern cars. I like the classic look. So of course, the next pickup had to be a Mark I Jaguar. This is gorgeous. It quickly became my favourite, which is quite a thing when you consider that I've got the Batmobile and it got me back into Scalextric. This... My little cat is chasing something around. This is an amazing car. Look at the design of that. It is incredible. What are you doing there, Lottie? Are you chasing things? You're going to end up with clackety clack in the background. She's chasing a piece of plastic. It's alright, it's designed for cats. So we got this, and it's an incredible design. Look at that. Every single part of it is just amazing. British racing green, perfect. When it goes round the track, the lights and the way it moves is just so good. This thing sticks to the track like you would not believe. It is wonderful. I could not fault this. What a great experience. No wing mirrors. So, no wing mirrors to come off. Excellent, I like that. So I'm really, really pleased with this. It is an incredible machine. I love it. Absolutely love it. Quickly became my favourite. But if you've got one classic car, you need another one to race with, don't you? Of course you do. You need another racing car. So what could I get if not the Aston Martin DB5? Not the James Bond ones, although my dad does have a phenomenal collection of James Bond Scalextric cars. The racing Aston. Look at that. That shape, the way it moves, the weight is very good on this. It grips the track. It looks fantastic going around. Close second to the Mark I Jaguar. This is an incredible racing car, and it's wonderful to look at. So green versus blue, a nice contrast. When you think about it, they contrast well. They look great on the track. You end up with a hell of a racing experience, which is exactly what we're going for when you have friends round to have a bit of a race. This is one of my favourite cars that has ever been designed because it just looks incredible. I love this car. Yeah, fair amount of weight. It grips the track, not just because of the magnets, but because of the sheer weight that's in it. It's a great racing experience, and that is my set of cars. I love them. They're brilliant. Will I be adding more? Oh yes, I've already ordered from the from the announcement. Oh man, my bank account is going to hate me for this. What have I ordered? I'll talk about that in another video, but let's put it this way. My friend's model shop may be getting at least £1,000. It's ridiculous. But guys, that's the set. What's your favourite cars out of that set? Are there any particular ones I should look out for that you have that you really love and you think I should add to this? Perhaps a Mini? I have got my eye on a Mini, but it's special circumstances for that, and I'll explain that in another episode as well. But until next time, please do leave your recommendations and what you think about the cars in the comment section down below. And until next time, I've been Zoe Kirk Robinson. You've been watching Robinson Raceway. Have a great day. Happy racing. Bye for now. I'd like to give a big shout out to everyone who supports me on Patreon. Without you guys, I really couldn't continue making all of these shows. And if you would like to join our fantastic Patreon heroes here, go over to patreon.com/Zoe Kirk Robinson. It really does help us out. Thank you so much, guys.